Welcome to this week's episode of Regal's Rundown, here with head baseball coach Steve Gust. So Steve, you guys started practice here a week or two ago in lieu of the season starting next month in actually beautiful Hawaii. So you guys have done a great job, did a great job last year and the year before, leading to 2 back-to-back NSIC Conference Championship appearances. What are your team goals for this year?
Well, the last 2 years, I think, put us on the map as far as the NSIC baseball and really contending and competing with some of the top teams in the league. And this league is so good with so balanced from top to bottom, and every day is a fight. So, we're just happy to be in the mix, and what we accomplished these last 2 years is a feather in our players' hats. But we still got a long ways to go here. What we want to accomplish on the field is number one is every day get better. I mean, we've got to get better every day, and if we don't do that, then nothing else really matters. So our short-term goals are come in to practice every day, work hard, put in our time and the effort, and do things that other teams don't want to do. Who wants to get up at 5:30 every morning or come back later in the evening to get some extra stuff in? Those are the things that we want to do that separates us from the rest of the pack. And we think that getting into the tournament again was a great accomplishment, but we want to try to keep building this program and build off the momentum and some of what our alumni has built here, and keep this thing going. If we wanted to be middle of the pack team, then that's average, and average means you're the best of the worst and worst of the best. So we want to get over that hump and hopefully continue to move this program forward and get better and better each year.
Yeah, so Coach, you came in June of 2014. You're nearing into your 4th season. Like I said, 2 of the 3 seasons you made the conference tournament. Did you ever imagine that you would be able to turn this program around as fast as you did?
No, I didn't. But that's a tribute to the kids that I had when I came in, and it was a tribute to the kids that we recruited and bought into our philosophy, and I give the kids credit when I came in. They hadn't won a whole lot, but they were good kids with good character traits. They were hardworking. They wanted to represent us as a baseball program and as a school to the best of their ability, and they did that. And I think those guys set the tone for the last couple of years. Just competing with some of the best teams in the country, and again, we're probably ahead of schedule. When I took this job, I thought maybe it was a 5-year process before we can even consider being in the tournament. But like I said, to the kids' credit, we're where we are, but we can't be happy with where we are right now. Now there's more. There's more that we want to accomplish. Now, it's not easy with the teams in this conference and some of the players in this conference. It's as good as there is in the country. So we got to continue to do the little things that are going to make us a team that can compete with them and beat them, more on a consistent basis. So I'm happy with where we are today, but not satisfied. I think we've got to get after it even more, and our kids have got to stay hungry, and they got to stay coachable, and they got to stay hardworking, and we got to do all those little things that make a good team a great team.
Right, and exactly. It's the little things that make a big difference.
Absolutely.
So a little bit, you guys got quite a bit of seniors this year. Want to talk a little bit about the leadership that they have to the team?
Absolutely. I think we've got a good mix of kids on our team, and we've got leaders throughout, whether they're seniors or juniors or even some sophomores and freshmen. I think have some great leadership qualities. Our seniors, and we are senior dominated. We can go senior, junior, in most of the spots that we have. So, any good team, any team that competes up high in our conference has a team that's got upperclassmen. That's how good this league is. So, we think we've got the intangibles, the leadership intangibles to help us get to the next level. But those guys, just like anybody else, they've had some success now, and they can't let that get to their heads, and they've got to continue to understand what has made them successful throughout the years, and not only understand it, but also feed that to the younger guys and get them to understand that, hey, our program is built on team first stuff, it's built on work ethic, it's built on getting the job done on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. So, our 3.246 GPA in the fall tells me a lot about our guys. We had 45 guys and a cumulative at almost a 3.3 GPA. So that's a step in the right direction. hopefully some of that will translate to what we do on the field, and as we head into warmer weather and facing some of the top teams in the country, hopefully that bodes well with those things that we preach on a daily basis.
Right, and that just shows how great of a job you've done as a head coach taking over. So you guys are returning a very good core of pitchers this year, a group of guys that posted a 4.73 ERA last season. So who are the guys that are going to come in this year that you expect to have big arms, and who are some of the guys that you brought in that you expect to compete from day one?
Well, pitching is key. There's no question about it. We struggled maybe offensively a little bit last year, but our pitchers took a big step forward in the right direction last year, and most of them are returning. We lose one guy with extended innings and a couple other guys that played key roles on our team, but so we basically lose one guy that threw 60 innings in Coney Pamper, and he graduated. Yep. Kept us in a lot of ball games, won one game, but kept us in a ton of ball games.
Right.
But we return most of our staff. We have 6 guys right now that we think are capable of starting games.
Okay.
And most of them are guys that we have returned. Parker Hansen, who threw really well last year. Justin Utranka, who as a freshman really pitched it well, and he's gotten better, and he's learned some new pitches. Gabe Cavazos, Jacob Butcher, 2 junior college guys that have come in and given us some innings. And then we have Zach Rustad, who went to the Junior College World Series last year for Century College, one of the best junior colleges in the country, in my opinion. Well-coached team, and he came in and he got a Gold Glove last year for Century and made it to the World Series. And then Jaden Grover would be the other one, another sophomore who pitched some key innings for us last year. And then we feel we have one of the best closers in the country. I think his numbers show it, and he's only getting better, and he's developing, and he continues to be coachable, and Zach Seipel.
Yep.
So there's 7 guys that we think, that have a proven track record of being pretty good. Now, the key to pitching is just getting in the zone and pounding the zone and being confident with the stuff you have. So
right.
we have to understand that that's the key for us. And we've got a bunch of other guys that have capabilities. Guys like Aaron Holcraft, who's with the basketball team right now. Nate Albright's coming back from an injury. He should be able to pitch at some point in time. And a whole host of other guys that could be guys that we're talking about as some of the guys that we can count on throughout the years. So there's quite a few battles there, but not only pitching. The other piece of it is defense. We feel like we've got the ingredients to be the best defensive team we've had. So you can't just pitch it and not play defense, and you can't just play defense and pitch it. We got to have a combination of that, and we feel that's the formula that we have to have on the field to be successful. And we think we've got some pretty good defensive guys. Anthony Stewart was a Gold Glove, the best center fielder in all of Division II college baseball last year. Right. Our shortstop, Ethan Muschitz, has made huge strides, and he's been a 3-year starter for us. First baseman Reed Jelly, maybe one of the best defensive first basemen in the conference. Zach Frazier started behind the plate for a lot of years. And then we've got other guys out there that we think can be very good defensively too. So it's a 2-tier thing. We've got to be good on the mound. We've got to pound the zone. Base on ball K ratio has to be good. But the other piece of it is our defensive guys have to step up to the plate and do their job too.
Right. You said 7 pitchers, so that'll be great for your guys' rotation. But one of those pitchers you mentioned, Parker Hansen, who some may know has only one hand and done a great job. What's his success story? How awesome is that Minnesota Crookston has something like that it's very unique. There's only a couple people like that in the country that are playing baseball. Do you just want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, he doesn't see that as a disability. He sees it as the ability to inspire, as he puts it, and I agree with it. Except, last year he made headlines, and we did interviews with the Associated Press, with the Minnesota Twins Radio Network, with the local and area media and some national media. If it wasn't for them bringing up that he's got just the one hand, I would have never known.
Right.
So he's a guy that just goes about and doesn't make excuses, and just goes about and like he doesn't have any kind of a disability, which I don't think he has, because he's overcome everything that he has. There's nothing he can't do with that, and that's a credit to him and his desire to be just a member of a winning program and to help build this program.
Absolutely, and that just shows that really anything is possible if you set your mind to it. So on the other side of that, Coach, you guys struggled a little bit last year as a team hitting only 255 as a team for the season. Who are some of the guys that you're expecting that are going to have big years this year hitting, and how has the assistant coach that you guys hired, Taylor Steen, helped with that coming into this season?
Well, number one, we're going to be better offensively. There's no question in my mind. Coach Steen has been a wonderful addition. He may be the hardest worker I've ever had as an assistant coach, and I've had some good ones over the years, but he's here, first one here, last one to leave every day. He'll help out in any way, shape, or form. But we've got the ingredients to be good hitting.
Right.
Everything happened last year, kind of snowballed. We got frustrated in some of those things. But number one, we've got to be strong in the head, and I think these guys have been so far this year.
Absolutely.
Reed Jelly and Anthony Stewart kind of anchor the offense right now. Both of them had great years last year, and we only expect better things from them this year.
Right.
But we've got guys in other places that we think that can be pretty good.
Right.
And not only for just average, but we got guys that can hit for some power. We got guys that can run a little bit. We got guys that can handle the bat. We got gap-to-gap guys. So we've got some ingredients there. We just got to put it all together. And I think it's going to take some time and a lot of effort on the hitter's part. But I think we're going to get to a point where hitting's going to be a strength of ours, not a weakness.
Right. And you said you got a little bit of everything, so that'll be great. You guys just keep moving forward, doing a great job. And like you said, you guys are expecting to be very great this year and turn that into a strength of the team rather than a weakness. Doing a great job with it so far. So last question, Coach, and this is more about professional baseball. Who is your favorite pitcher of all time?
Well, good question. There's a lot of them, and pitching's an art form, and if you think of it that way, I think there's only one answer that comes to mind. That's Greg Maddux. He wasn't an overpowering guy. He wasn't a Nolan Ryan or something like that. He was just a guy that would be in the zone, who would add and subtract to his fastball, spin the baseball, put the ball wherever he wanted, and he wasn't overpowering. So he's a guy that, the guy that we hope to have, that we hope to emulate as far as our pitching staff goes in the terms of let's get in the zone. We don't have to have the best stuff, but get in the zone, pull the string every once in a while, put spin on the baseball,
right.
and change eye levels and just pitch.
Right.
And Greg Maddux was probably the best pitcher to do that of all time, and so he's got to be up there with me.
Right, yeah, and just do your thing, like you said. Well, there you have it, folks. Make sure you tune in to UMC Baseball so you don't miss out on any of the action. They travel to Hawaii here next month in February. Wings up and go Golden Eagles!